Hey, Bros, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm glad to have you guys here. Hope you are doing well. I did finally get enough gold orders and was gifted some from Gaijin and Darkflow. Thank you guys so much. Special shout outs, of course, to Mike Goes Boom for helping me get those. And so I'm going to be reviewing all of the Battle Pass 3 weapons. But before we begin, guys, a couple things. First up, I never reviewed the Battle Pass 2 weapons, specifically the Gewehr 43. So I'm just going to tell you guys straight out, if you're looking for like the most powerful gold order weapon, like what's one that's like really OP, it's this one. The other weapons don't even compare. The other weapons are good and they're fun, and we'll get to them, but it's the Kurz. The Kurz is like one of the best weapons in the game, if not the best weapon in the game right now. You will not be disappointed by the Kurz. So, in my opinion, pick that up if you're just looking for, the best weapon or whatever. Other thing that's really important, premium is like massively on sale right now. It's like 28 bucks for a year worth of premium, which in my opinion is absolutely insanity. So if you are, if you've been thinking about getting premium, now is a fantastic time to go ahead and pick that up. But otherwise, guys, let's jump into the Battle Pass weapons, starting off with the Russian RMN 50 mortar grenade launcher thing. So the RMN 50 is a mortar launcher, actually. It does not fire grenades. You do load an actual mortar shell into it, as far as I'm aware. It is exclusive to the bomber class, which is a pretty big downside, in my opinion, just because, most of the time I don't level my bombers, and, you put it on the secondary weapon, so you don't get extra ammo from ammo bags for it, and you are limited. You don't get a Panzerfaust, you don't get your PTRD, things like that. You lose quite a bit by equipping this weapon. And honestly, you don't really gain a whole lot just because it's such a clunky weapon to use. It's really hard to use this weapon. I will say its biggest upside is that it is far and away the most fun of all the gold order weapons to use. It's a totally different gameplay style compared to anything else really in the game. Like, it's this direct, indirect fire support. But it really lacks in the firepower department, just in terms of actually like its killing power. Like, if you are able to use it perfectly, you will get a lot of kills. And towards the end of this footage that I was getting, I really did figure it out, and I was getting a good amount of kills. But at the same time, I was kind of like in a really good position, and I don't really think this would work in most situations. And against competent players, I think there were a lot of AI on the enemy team here. You're probably just gonna get gunned down and sniped or something like that. So overall, I really don't want to give this thing a super good score in the power department, just because it's so hard to use. You lack a lot of ammo, and when you do reload your ammo from an ammo box, it does consume the entire ammo box rather than just a tenth of the ammo box, because it is an explosive. It's considered a mortar, so you'll have to be building tons and tons of ammo boxes just to be able to use this weapon. But guys, if you're like a diehard Soviet player and you don't play any other faction, this is a great weapon to pick up. The Soviets really don't have very many gold order weapons, in my opinion. You can also pick up the gold order troop bomber and give this weapon to him and have a great 5-star soldier with a gold order weapon. Can be very good combo there. But overall, guys, I would say while this weapon is very fun, it is not very powerful. So if you've got a bunch of gold orders and you're willing to, maybe you got them out of a daily reward or something like that, and you're looking for a fun, goofy weapon to use, I would recommend this. But if you've got one gold order and you're looking for something, powerful, that's really gonna be fun to use, and also, powerful and help you level up and things like that, get a bunch of kills, this is probably not the weapon. So overall, guys, I'm gonna give this thing a 6 out of 10, but in the fun department, a solid 10 out of 10. But overall, just a 6. Let's move on to the Mark 35-3 for the Axis in Berlin, Moscow, and in Normandy. So the Mark 35-3, it is a fully automatic, and it can also switch to semi-automatic carbine. It does fire an intermediate cartridge, so it's not a full rifle round like an FG42 or something like that. But it does fire very quickly, and it has a great reload time. I mean, this thing reloads lightning quick. One of my favorite things about the weapon. You can breach into an area, take out a couple guys, get into cover, go prone real quick, reload, and then go back to firing. It does chew through ammo, so make sure you are getting ammo boxes around or grabbing large ammo bags. Even with the large ammo bags, you only get about 100 rounds. So in my opinion, that can be a pretty big downside. So again, make sure you're bringing those ammo bags, because this thing will chew through ammo really quickly, but at close range, this thing is a laser. It will do so much damage, but once it starts to get to that longer ranges, the medium long ranges, it starts to struggle. It's not going to struggle nearly as much as like an MP40 or something like that will struggle, right? Like it's still a carbine, right? Like it'll fire at those longer ranges, but the damage drop off will be substantial. And if you're firing this thing at medium range, it's kind of like, why aren't you just using like an FG42 or something like that, right? And that's another reason why I think it's better in Moscow. Just bolt actions, lower firepower, things like that. You don't have to contend with the FG42 and stuff like that for your weapon slots. So overall, guys, I like this gun. When I was using it, I didn't for some reason. Like when I was using it, I just remember hating it. Like I was like, I'm gonna just trash all over this gun. I don't know why. I enjoy like looking at the footage. I'm like, wow, I did a lot of damage with this thing. Like this was a good gun, right? So overall, guys, I think I'm gonna give this thing a solid 8 out of 10. Its biggest drawback being ammo, and it starts to really fall off at longer distances. So definitely be careful and be aware of that. But solid gun overall. I don't think many people are going to be very disappointed if they pick up this gun. Next up is the Pederson Rifle for the Western Allies in both Tunisia and Normandy, or really just Tunisia, because I don't think you guys should ever pick this up in Normandy, because, guys, overall, this gun is really just an M1 Garand with 2 extra bullets, better iron sights in my opinion, and more accurate, which, I mean, sounds like I'm kind of trashing on it, but I'm not. I mean, this gun is amazing. Like, that's exactly what I want from a gun, right? Like, the M1 Garand is fantastic, and you're just getting a better M1 Garand in Tunisia, where everyone's running around with bolt actions, and it's super open. I mean, this gun is fantastic. It does have 2 really big drawbacks, in my opinion. Let's touch on them really quickly. Number 1, and this is the biggest one, it has this weird, I think it's breech loaded, is what it said, and so it has this thing that flips up in the back. You can see a little thing that like pops up in your face and like slaps you in the nose. That is just so damn annoying. I hate it so much. And when you run out of ammo, it like flips up in your face. And just that tiny little like fraction of a second where it's popping up in your face, it throws me off. I hate it. If I could just disable that somehow, I would. Obviously that's not how the gun works, and that's part of the gun, but it bothers the living hell out of me. You're gonna see here, like, you see that thing that just pops up? That's where the clip is loaded into, and so it gets in your face, and it just drives me absolutely wild. The other thing that is kind of a drawback is it does reload fairly slowly. Like, it's not super bad. It's not a terrible reload speed, but it is a fairly low reload speed. But you get 10 rounds, so a very small drawback in my opinion. But guys, this thing in is cracked. I mean, it is absolutely cracked. I cannot recommend this gun more in Tunisia. Like, this is definitely my number 1 gun for the new gold order weapons. Just because, again, in Tunisia, it's just such a powerhouse, right? Like, you get up on a building or something like that, and you will just pick guys off left and right. If you get a good trooper, it is amazing. Totally outclasses the M1 Garand, and you won't unlock the M1 Garand until very late in the campaign. Anyway, so, guys, definitely recommend this weapon. I'm going to give this thing a 9 out of 10. The biggest drawback to it being the fact that you get slapped in the chin by that stupid little breech loading thing on the back every time you fire, and then when you run out of ammo, it gets in your face, and it's just very annoying. But other than that, guys, absolutely fantastic weapon. I'm going to say pick this up if you were playing Allies in Tunisia. You will not be disappointed. Finally, we have the Italian Pavetti M42. Now, guys, I'm just going to say straight out, I don't like this gun. I think this gun sucks, and it's kind of sad because it could be really powerful. Like, it's a semi-automatic in Tunisia. But compared to, like, the Pederson rifle, like, this thing sucks. Like, it seems like it should be really good. I mean, it hits for, like, 15.2. It's a semi-auto that just absolutely demolishes people with its high damage. But it just doesn't work out that way most of the time, I found. Like, most of the time, it still seems like I'm just downing people with the shots, and with just 6 rounds, I'm just, so often I was just sitting there and I was just like, why would I spend a gold order on this when I could just use an Gewehr, right? Like wait till level 12 and use the Gewehr, which is basically this gun with a little bit less damage. Not to mention the fact that the sights on this thing, I despise them. I don't know why. Maybe you guys are going to like these sights a little bit more than I do, but boy, I absolutely hate the iron sights on this thing. I cannot hit the side of a barn with this damn thing. It just does not work for me. Again, maybe you guys are going to have more success. And again, like, it does have good things about it. It does, again, it hits really hard. You're going to be downing whoever you hit. You can hit people in the legs and you'll down, and that's how powerful this gun is. But it's just got 6 rounds, which is really lacking in my opinion, and it has such a long reload time. It does have a bug in the game with it where you can get unlimited ammo by just spamming, receive ammo on an ammo box. This is a bug that's just part of the Italian campaign. The Carcano, one of the Carcanos has the same bug. So I assume this will be fixed, but right now just be aware of that. But it lacks ammo outside of that bug. And I don't know, guys. Like, it just takes so long to reload, and its reload animation is really wonky. Like, it looks like the guy just like drops the clip into the chamber. I don't know. I don't use guns. Whatever the thing is, he like loads in it and just like kind of like lightly drops it. It just looks really strange to me. So overall, I just don't like this gun. I wouldn't recommend it, but at the same time, like, if you guys are playing the Italian campaign, it's not a bad gun. I just think that, why would I use this instead of like an Gewehr or something like that, right? Like, the armor, just wait till level 12 and use an Gewehr, in my opinion. But again, if you're a diehard United Axis Army player, and you want to, pick up the gold order weapon here, I would say it's not the worst thing ever. It's fine. Or if you're like a collector for the Axis or something like that, then go ahead. But overall, guys, I think you're going to be better off just using an Gewehr. This thing's a little bit better than an Gewehr, but not by a wide margin. I personally hate this gun. Maybe I just had some bad matches with it. I'm not sure. Let me know your guys' thoughts on it, those of you that might have picked this up. But overall, guys, I'm going to have to give this thing a 4 out of 10. I very much so do not like this gun, and I would not recommend it. So that is all 4 of the new Battle Pass 3 weapons reviewed. Those of you that have already picked up one of these weapons, let me know your guys' thoughts on my ratings. Did you guys think that I was off base? Do you guys think I was pretty spot on? Let me know in the comments down below. And remember, as always, like and subscribe. It does help me out, and I do appreciate it, guys. You can also come follow me at twitch.tv/HeyQuadro, join in some of my matches, play on stream, and chat with me, as well as a great community. And guys, you can also join our community Discord. The link for all of that is down in the description below. And without anything else, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you next time.